This tutorial is how to do a messy updo, kind of to the side behind your ear down here. That's undone, but not quite as undone as my messy ponytail tutorial. It's best to start with hair that's approximately my length or longer, probably the longest length being about chest range. Any shorter, you're going to have issues with hairs coming out, so you might want to start right at about below the shoulders or longer for this style. So I've curled my hair with a curling iron, and I've got a little bit of hairspray in there, but so I can feel a little bit of texture, but I can still kind of put my hands through it and move it around a little bit. The products I used to get this look are listed under my post titled "The Products I Use on a Daily Basis," so you can refer to that if you have any questions about what I've used. But we're going to start by dividing your hair into 3 sections. So we're going to do a temple section that goes all the way around the back, section from the ears that goes all the way around, and then we'll have the nape section left. So you want to start out by having a few clips accessible. I like these jaw clips best because it just grabs the hair. So we're going to divide the temple section all the way around to the back of your hair. We're going to clip this up out of the way. And then we'll do the section from ears all the way around, leaving just the nape section to start. You want to have a few bobby pins on hand before you get too far along. So right now this is where we're at. You obviously don't want to leave it just like this. So we're going to start by dividing this nape section in half. And we're going to tie it in a knot like you would a shoelace. It's okay if some hairs come out because we're going for a loose updo that's not so perfect. So you can see I've tied it in the knot and I'm kind of pulling it off to the side here. So at this point you want to put your finger right on the base of that knot, and that's going to be where your first bobby pin goes. Doesn't matter how you put it in, it's all going to be covered, but do make sure you put it in zigzag side down. I'm going to throw 2 in there just so it's secured. So that's where you should be. And then we're going to, so you see I've already left out a whole section, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So we're going to drop down this second section and do the same thing with that. That one's getting divided in half. And we're going to tie it in a knot. Make sure you kind of pull it over to the right and hold your finger where your knot is. So if it's okay if it's a little bit loose over the ear there too, that'll just aid in it being a little bit messier, which is the goal. So we're going to stick a few pins in there to hold that knot where it's at. You might need more than me, depends on the thickness of your hair. So right now we've got 2 knots. Looks like a mess, but that's okay. Then we're going to drop down this top section, and this one is going to be just more placement. So have a few bobby pins on hand and just sort of grab loosely whenever you feel one bobby pin can hold and stick a pin in it. Again, we're going for loose here. So same thing on this side. Got kind of a section up here. I'm going to bring this in and just sort of hold it in that place. And then I'll probably divide this section in half. So we'll take this top section, bring it around to about there, throw a pin in it, and then I've just got this one section left that I'm going to bring back. You always want to insert the pins right where your finger is holding. So right now my middle finger is holding my hair right there. So I'm going to stick the pin right there. Okay, so now you've got kind of a disaster all back here on the side. And this is where the fine tuning will come in. So this hair that we've left out, just grab that with your fingers. You can put a pin in it like that and then just jam it up in there and you're taken care of. Over here, got these little guys hanging out, and just wrap a pin around it right like that and stick it in. So back here, we're going to kind of separate these sections into a few so we have it not quite as polished. So I'm going to take this side, wrap the ends around a pin, and just stuff it in. And I've got just one more little section. Put a pin in it, and then just stuff it in wherever it would naturally go. Do a double check and make sure you've got them all kind of wrapped up in there. It's okay if you've got a little loose, like I like this side in front of my ear there. But this guy looks like he's fallen out. So I'm going to put one more pin right where he is. I don't know why it's a male, just happened that way. We'll see if that got it. Yeah, I would say so. So from here, if you wanted to loosen up the bottom a little bit, you could by just sort of putting your fingers in and loosening it up a little. Not too much because you don't want those pins to come out, but enough just to sort of soften it a bit. I normally like to do that with my updos. I don't want them to be so perfect. In fact, this hair kind of looks like it fell out, and we want to make it look like it was meant to be there. So I'm actually going to grab this and just pin that one back and maybe pull a hair over my ear out. So that looks a little bit softer there. So it's going to take a few times to get this the first time, but it's just supposed to be kind of a mess, very undone, not like you put a lot of thought into it. And this is the messy side updo. If you have longer hair, you'll have an easier time getting it to the side. And don't ever, ever put your buns right behind your ear. It's too much on the side. Always go for kind of this space below your ear and between your nape. So right here is a good shot for that. So I hope this works for you. As always, comment with any questions. If you need tips or advice on anything else, I'm happy to let you know any of that, but do refer to the products I use on a daily basis post to see what I used before I blew it dry. And any other questions may also be answered under my frequently asked questions page. So enjoy. I hope you have somewhere fabulous to go to do this hairstyle, and I hope it works for you.